All right, good morning, third graders, or good afternoon, whenever you're watching this. Right now, I want you to draw two tiny squares, the same size, just like I have them. Imagine that these are perfect squares and that they are the exact same size. I tried my best. This one looks a little bit more rectangular, but imagine they are squares. All side lengths are the same. Good. I have a P and I have an A here below all of our shapes. Remember, P is perimeter. P stands for perimeter. If you remember from yesterday, perimeter is the length of the shape on the outside. It's that distance around the shape, whether it's a square, whether it's a triangle, an octagon, whatever shape it is, it's the outline of it, the distance around that perimeter. Okay, the length around the side. And the area, well, it's kind of what it sounds like. The area is the area inside of the shape, the area that it takes up on the inside. Perimeter, outside, area, inside. Perimeter. If you hear the word perimeter, it sounds like the rim. Like think of a basketball hoop, how the rim is that outside shape. That might be a good way to remember. Area on the inside. Okay. Imagine that this side length is 1 foot. So we're measuring in feet right now. And this whole top side is 1 foot long. Okay, if this is a square and all sides are the same, what would be the length of this side, the right side? 1 foot. And what about the bottom side? Well, if it's a square and all sides are the same, all of my sides are going to be 1 foot long. So we're measuring in feet, and each side is 1 foot by 1 foot. Okay, what would my perimeter be? What would my perimeter be of this square if each side was 1 foot long? And remember, we have to include the units. Well, 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. 1, I can draw my number model, and you guys should be writing this down with me. Make sure it's nice and neat. 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 1 more is 3, plus 1 more is 4. And what my label be? The perimeter is 4 feet. The outside of this shape, the length of the outside is 4 feet. Good. What's the area? The inside. Remember, we take one side and we multiply it by the side touching it. I can't go from this one and this one because what if our shape wasn't a square? So really it's how many squares are on the inside, but we have one big square and it's 1 times 1. 1 times any number is that number. 1, and since we're measuring in squares because it's the area on the inside and we have 1 square, 1, we have to write square. 1 square foot. Square. And we sometimes hear it 1 square unit, but our unit is feet. We're measuring in feet. So 1 square foot. Because this is one whole block. 1 square. This is 1 square. Good. Now let me grab a different color. And, oh, there we go. Now, this square is the same as this square, but now I'm going to tell you to measure in inches. So how many inches are in 1 foot? Think about a ruler. How many inches are in 1 foot? If you said 12 inches, you are correct. 12 and IN for the abbreviation for inches. 12 IN, 12 inches. And every side would be 12 inches because every side was 1 foot and 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. Got a little crazy there. Keep your work nice and neat and organized. You probably have more room on your paper to spread out. You guys can do that. Give yourself some space when you're writing. Okay. Now we need to figure out the perimeter. And yes, the perimeter of this would be 4 feet, but we're measuring in inches. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, and they're each 12 inches. So that means I have to add 4 numbers. 12, this 12, plus 12, plus 12, plus 12. We are adding 4 12s together. So really, if you're going to do a multiplication problem, we would say 12 times. Third graders, how many times do we count 12? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 sides, so 12, and we would count it 4 sides. So you can write it either way. But we need to show our work, and I'm going to have to do it on the side because I don't have enough space. So 12 plus 12. I'm counting 1, 2, 12s right now. 12 plus 12 equals what? 2 plus 2 equals 4. And 1, 2, 24. Now I need to do 2 more 12s. Well, I'm just going to put it on this side. 12 plus 12, we already know what it is, equals 24. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4. There is 4 12s total. 24 plus 24. Now I need to add them together because I need all 4 of these 12s added together. And I don't have enough room there, so I'm going to go up here. What is 24 plus 24? Make sure you always show your work and stack them if you're not sure how to do it in your head. Start in the ones place. 4 plus 4 is 8. And 2 plus 2 is 4. So our perimeter is 48 what? Make sure you put your label of 48 inches. Sorry, I'm squeezing it in the side. IN for inches, 48 inches. 48 inches is equal to 4 feet because these are the same exact squares. That's just 2 different ways to measure, 4 feet or 48 inches. Good. Now looking at the area, if I wanted it to be 12 square inches, that means that I would have to have these lines divided into 12 small lines, and then I'd have to do 12 small lines this way. But since we didn't have that, and I don't know how to get rid of my lines right now. I don't know if I can erase them. Nope, can't erase them. So just imagine those lines are gone. Since we had one whole square and no teeny tiny ones like this, we know that 12 inches is 1 foot and this is 1 foot. So again, it would be 1 square. And if you want to abbreviate square, SQ, 1 square, and then foot, FT. So since this square wasn't broken into teeny tiny little ones, even though we do know that 1 foot's 12 inch and 12 inches, we would just go 1 foot by 1 foot. So it's 1 square foot. Okay, just make sure you have your perimeter written down and your area written down, and your perimeter and your area. Okay. Now here is our big square, and I'm going to put these tiny cubes 1 foot by 1 foot, and I'm going to evenly put them up here as best as I can. Okay, so draw your big square with me as best as you can. Imagine this is 1 square, this is 2 squares, this is 3 squares, this is 4, 5, 6, and on and on and on. First, we want to find the perimeter, the distance around, and we're going to measure in feet. So if this line is 1 foot, that means this line is 1 foot. So I have 1 foot, then I have 2 feet, then I have my third line, so this is 3. Guess what? 1, 2, 3. This side is also 3. And maybe I'll draw it like this. So that means this whole side, there's 3. And this whole side is 3. That means that this side is also 3. Let me erase this right here. And what would my other side be? 3. Oh, not what I wanted. Okay, and then this side is 3. Does that make sense if it's a square that all sides would be 3 feet? Yes, it would, because squares have the same length of sides. All 4 sides are the same length. So what's my perimeter? I have 1, 2, 3, 4 sides that are 3 feet. What is 4 times 3? That's like saying 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. I'm counting 3 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, 4 plus 4 is 8. Add another 4, that is 12. If you knew your math facts, right? Fact fluency, 4 times 3, that's 12. Awesome. Now we need to look at the area, the inside. Areas, how many squares fill up our shape? I could count like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I could say 9. What would my label be? Square, because when we're talking about area, we're measuring how many squares. 9 square feet. And I didn't label my perimeter. Do you see that? 12 feet is my perimeter. The outside of my shape, the length of the outside, the distance around it is 12 feet. And the inside is 9 square feet. Now, if you look up here, A for area, I have next to it in parentheses, array. Why would I have array? Well, you can think of area like array, and they both start with A, so this is a good way to remember it. If this side is 3, we have 3 rows. 1, 2, 3. How many do we have in each row? 1, 2, 3. So my rows times how many are in each row? Boys and girls, what is 3 times 3? Like an array. If I had to do a number problem for this array, 3 rows of 3, 3 times 3 is 9. Is that the same answer as my area? Yes. So I can either count it up, or I can think of it as an array and multiply my rows by how many are in each row, my rows by my columns. Could you count all of these up? Yes, but sometimes there's going to be more boxes, and it would be more efficient or a faster way to think of this as an array. Awesome job. Make sure you have this copied down. Make sure you show your math, all of your perimeters, your areas, and your labels. Go ahead and send a picture to your teacher and meet me on Math Journal page 117.